Welcome to Math 76 Quick Concepts. We are going to start really slow. We're going to be starting with just adding whole numbers. We're going to show you that by just adding them straight and then using decimals, and then we're going to do the same thing with subtraction. So this is addition. If you need any more explanation than what I'm about to give, you will look at the Math 6.5 Quick Concepts, because that is essentially the beginning of where I start teaching, and you can't go much lower than that on addition. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is if you have a problem that looks like this. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure everything is lined up correctly, because when you add, you are going to add straight down. So this first one, it's going to be 5 plus 7. So you're going to start at 5 and you're going to count 7 more. Feel free to use your fingers. So many people say, oh, you shouldn't use your fingers. Using your fingers is a sign of intelligence. Math is very visual. People make, when you use your fingers and different things to count, some parents like give counting animals or they use M&Ms. That's extremely intelligent. It's the best way to do it because eventually you'll learn the patterns, you'll learn what the addition factors are, and you won't need to use them. But until you have those down, do not ever be embarrassed by counting on your fingers. So we're going to start at 5 and we're going to go 7 more. So we'd say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Notice when I counted, I didn't say 5 because you're adding to the 5, so you would start at 6. So 5 plus 7 is 12. You're going to put down the 2. You're not going to put down 12. You're going to put down the 2 and you're going to carry the 1. Okay? Now, I'm going to start with 1 plus 4. 1 more than 4 is 5. And then from there, I can count 6 more. So I'd start at 5, and I'm going to count 6 more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I'm going to put down the 1, and I'm going to carry the 1. Before I go any further, there are some things that people learn, like what the tens factors are. So another way to do this 1 plus 4 plus 6 is to, if you know that 4 plus 6 is 10, 1 more than 10 is 11, that's fine too. And then lastly, 1 plus 3 is 4. So your answer is going to be 412. Now you can always check your answer. One way to check addition problems is this. I'm not big on checking just because I figure you went through the problem once. Why would I make you go through it again? But you know, if you want to just make sure, you would do the same thing. This time we're going to start with 7 and we're going to count 5 more. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to put down the 2, carry the 1. Here again, you can say 1 plus 6 is 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11 to get to the 11. Or you can say, well, 6 and 4 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. And then, as you can see, it is correct. So that is addition. Let's do addition with decimals. Let's say we have $1.25 plus $12.50 plus $5. Okay, I'm going to write it like this so I can kind of show you. Let's say you have that as a problem. So the first thing you want to do is line up the decimal. I call it putting it in usable form. Okay, you're going to line up the decimals. So I'm going to say $1.25 on top. Say $12.50. Notice I'm lining up the decimals. Now what about $5? Well, where's the 5 go? You have to kind of picture it. Well, it's 5.00. Now we can add all these together. Okay, now once again, as you can see, I'm lining everything up so I know what adds to what. A lot of parents have their kids do math on graph paper. This helps. 5 plus 0 is just 5. 2 plus 5, I'm going to start at 5, count 2 up, 6, 7. Now I'm bringing my decimal straight down. Beep. 1 plus 2 is 3. 5 more than 3, we'd start at 3, say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, of course, we'd bring this down, and our answer's $18.75. Okay. Now let's get into some subtraction, okay? So subtracting whole numbers that's where you're going to get a difference. So the answer to an addition problem is sum, answer to a subtraction problem is different. So let's start. Now, when you are subtracting numbers and the number above it is smaller, you can't take it from there. So what I mean is, let's say I have 5 cookies and someone asks me for 7. Well, I can't generate 7 cookies. I only have 5. So I have to borrow, okay? Now again, this has gone over more in depth in 6.5 if you want to go back there and look. So I'm going to borrow from my neighbor. If I borrow 1 from 4, that drops him to a 3, but it makes this one a 15 now. I'm just bringing that 1 over next to it. Now this is workable. 15 minus 7 can happen. So how do I do 15 minus 7? Well, we're going to start at 15 and we're going to count backwards 7. We're going to say 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Now notice I didn't say 15 because we are subtracting from 15. I started the counting back at 14. And I stopped when my fingers, I had 7 pointing up. So this is an 8. Now I'm going to go to my next section. I cannot take 6 from 3, so again I'm going to borrow from my neighbor, making it a 2. Now I have 13 minus 6. I can do that. So I'm going to say 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And of course 2 minus 0 is just 2. Now how do you check this? How could I check to see if I did the right thing? Well, you can actually just add up to check. What do I mean? I can say 278 plus 67. If I did it right, I should get 345, which is what I started with. So 8 plus 7. Start at 8, goes 7 more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 6 more than 8 would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Put down the 4, carry the 1. Lo and behold, it's 345. I'm good to go. Now, let's try one more. This is going to be $5 minus $1.25. Now, I notice I lined up the decimals. We're all good there. I cannot take 5 from 0. My neighbor is 0, so I have to go all the way over and borrow from him. So this guy becomes a 10. Now, if I borrow from 10, he becomes a 1. Now I can work this problem. 10 minus 5. I'm going to count 10 backwards from, or 5 backwards from 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 9 minus 2, 8, 7. Bring my decimal straight down. 4 minus 1 is 3. My answer is $3.75. Again, if I want to check it, I'm not big on checking your work, but if you want to, that's fine. I figure one problem's hard enough as it is. Why would I give you another one? But if you're on a test, you want to make straight A's, hey, go for it. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. It's 8, 9, 10, carry the 1. And as you can see, it's $5. And that is it.